Hey, welcome to the very first State of Hack Smarter live stream / standalone video if you're watching this after the fact. I'm going to try to do these at the beginning of every single month, and the purpose of these live streams is to bring together all of the different components in the Hack Smarter community, share with you some ways that you can get involved with the community, and just cast some bigger vision of what our community is and where our community is going. So for those of you on the live stream right now, this is going to be a little bit different than my normal streams where I'm like hands on keyboard hacking stuff, but hey, hang around. I think you really will enjoy this. And one big reason behind this is I don't want to constantly be dropping everyone pings over in Discord. I remember back in the day when Hack Smarter was like 500 of us, and then it was like, hey, I just drop in everyone ping anytime I stream and anytime we have a meeting going on. But like now we have over 10,000 members all active. Well, I don't know if they're all active. Most of them are active in Hack Smarter, and we have all these different moving pieces together. But the whole purpose of Hack Smarter is to help you succeed in your career, in your learning, and really stay connected to one another. So I'm going to keep my eye over on chat. And I see some questions about courses and stuff. I'm not going to answer those questions now. Maybe we can when I'm done recording. But if you have any questions about Hack Smarter or anything that I'm going throughout this little live show, live stream, feel free to ask the questions, and I will do my best to keep my eye over on the chat. Now, I do have to, unfortunately, use a slideshow. I was trying to think about the best way to present this, and unfortunately, for something like this, a slideshow helps keep everything in motion, but I hate slides, so this is not death by PowerPoint. I have a total of 8 slides, all right? So I'm really not going to kill you by PowerPoint, but let's go ahead and dive into this, beginning with this question. What is Hack Smarter? Now, most of you watching this are probably aware of Hack Smarter, at least on the live stream, maybe after the fact, but real briefly, if you don't know what Hack Smarter is, this is a community that I founded that is really focused on helping you reach your career and your personal goals. The story behind Hack Smarter, it goes all the way back to, I don't even remember the year. Was this 2021? It was before I was a pen tester and before I had the OSCP. But me and my real life friend, like believe it or not, I do have some friends in real life, not many, but a few of them. But my real life friend who is still a mod in Hack Smarter, Nobody Nate is his name over in Discord. But he and I wanted to get the OSCP. But we both had the same issue that we would start studying for the OSCP and then we would kind of lose motivation, and then we would gain motivation for a few weeks and lose motivation. I was like, dude, let's meet every single week. Like, I believe it was Monday nights. I said, dude, let's meet every Monday night over on, I think it was Zoom or like Facebook video, something silly like that. And I said, let's just meet and talk about our career goals and talk about what we accomplished this past week and what our learning goals are for this upcoming week as we work on the OSCP. So that was really the beginning of Hack Smarter, and that still is the core of our community with those different weekly goal meetings. We'll be talking about those briefly. But that's how Hack Smarter started. But from there, as we added more people, we ended up having a Discord community, and it continued to grow, and it's kind of grown out of really our control of the couple of people that were involved at first. Fun fact, and I should have had an image ready for this, my daughter used to attend all of our weekly goal meetings. So this is before all of you internet people were here, and everyone in the meetings were people I knew like personally, personal friends. And so like we would have these weekly goal meetings on Zoom, and I do have screenshots. I remember taking pictures of this. So I have these screenshots somewhere, but my daughter, she would have been, 8, 7, 6, 5. She was 4, or I think she was 4 years old in preschool. And so she would come to the weekly goal meetings, and she would also give a turn, and she would share with us what she learned in the previous week in preschool and like what she was looking forward to learning. So my daughter is one of the original founders of Hack Smarter and was in all of those early meetings. Like, she looked forward to it. Once, of course, it grew, I was not comfortable like, hey, kids, come and join this Discord community with like 30 people from around the world. I do trust you guys, but I'm not that comfortable with what can happen on the internet. But that was the beginning of Hack Smarter. Now, where it is today is, as I said before, we have over 10,000 members in our Discord community, and our big thing is everything in the community is to help you succeed. So we have multiple weekly goal meetings. We have study groups for many of the major certs. We have a CTF team open to everyone. We have career coaching that doesn't cost you anything besides a donation to a nonprofit of your choice. We have resume review, and we have a, what I would say, no ego environment. Like anyone who has that elitist ego, they jumped on your throat for asking a dumb question, we ban those people on the spot with no warning. So unlike many of the Infosec communities you may be a part of, that is not allowed at Hack Smarter. Matter of fact, just recently someone said, hey, over in the voice channel, someone was being kind of rude to other people. Should I warn them? And I said, no. Ban them. No questions asked. That is not tolerated or allowed in our community, and I made an announcement about that recently. I am absolutely serious. If you are a jerk in any way, shape, or form, I'm not going to warn you. I'm just going to ban you. Now, if you're not a jerk and you want to be part of the community and you're not part of that yet, here is the invite link. Let me grab this and I will drop it into chat so you guys can come join. Now, real quick, I do want to look at chat, make sure I'm not missing anything bigger, any questions people might have. There you go. And Chalumi, I do want to clarify that. So Chalumi said, I'm more of a network guy than a security guy, but the community is really neat. So really, the community is much bigger than cybersecurity. Of course, I work as a pen tester, so cybersecurity is a big part of it. Well, let me jump back. Cybersecurity is a big part of it, but that's not the even core focus. We have sysadmins, we have network admins, we have people working IT support, we have people in law enforcement, we have people in government, we have people in non-IT jobs who just want to be part of the community as they work on their own studies and work on maybe breaking into IT or growing in their career. We have everything from senior pen testers and company founders and CIOs all the way down to just a college student or a high school student. We actually have multiple high school students. I see them in chat saying, hey, I'm 16, I'm 17, just trying to figure out plans, which is amazing. If you're that young and already part of a community like this and working on certs and goals, you're going to be far by the time you are my age. So really, Hack Smarter is for everyone. And the purpose of these State of Hack Smarter streams is to give you a big community update of everything that is going on and answer any questions you might have about Hack Smarter. So as I said before, I have 8 slides, just a few announcements I want to go through. Number 1, we have a new career coach or a new mentor, my friend Robin, I don't know how you say his Discord name, but if you've never heard of him, he is a senior pen tester, incredibly intelligent. If you've ever heard of VulnLab is a platform I showcase all the time on stream. VulnLab is created by XCT. XCT is one of, if not the top player on Hack the Box and has also made many of the Hack the Box machines. VulnLab was recently acquired by Hack the Box. All that being said, Robin makes machines for VulnLab, and those machines are the best machines I have ever come across. And I'm not just saying that because of who he is and that he's a new mentor in our community, but just to highlight, this dude is amazing. And he is volunteering his time to help you get into pen testing or help you get into cybersecurity. So let's talk a little bit about how career coaching works in our community, because this is a common question I get. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen just for a moment while I shuffle some things around. Jump over here, grab Discord, and here we go. I don't think I'm showing anything sensitive on my Discord. We should be good. Okay, so over here, this is the Hack Smarter Discord. And if you go over to the career coaching page, I'll scroll to the bottom, you can see we have these different coaches. And here's how it works. If it's going to let me zoom in, will it? Kind of, but it's zooming in the wrong area. But here's how coaching works in our community. You donate to a nonprofit of your choice, and we don't even check receipts. We want our coaching to be available and accessible to anyone and everyone. This can be $1, this can be 50 cents. I don't know, I don't care, and I don't even care what community you donate to. Just donate to a nonprofit of your choice. Every one of these coaches is volunteering their time. They are not being paid for this. Truly volunteering and giving back. Once you donate to a nonprofit, you can schedule a session with one of the coaches below. And we do ask that you schedule for only once a month, unless you have a different arrangement with your mentor, so we can help as many people as possible. But I mean, look at the list of these coaches that we have. And here's Robin, who we just added, senior penetration tester and VoLab content creator. We also have Ian, who is the founder of Pwn Labs and former leader over at Hack the Box. We have Tinas, who's the head of consultancy over at MWR, a massive pen testing org. We have Truel, security architect, Phil, DevOps and cloud engineer, Brittany, security compliance analyst, Brian, lead cyber threat intelligence analyst, Jake, US cyber team member and network application pen tester, Jacob, security engineer, web app pen tester, my friend Nate, web app, well, he does way more than web app. I need to update that. There's me, pen tester and content creator. We have Sean, I know he's over in chat, Big Beef, he's a pen tester, and Hacking Notes, web app pen tester and bug bounty, and all of our calendar links are here. Now, if you ever don't see this page, like if there's chat here and you want to bring it back up, you just need to do dash coaches. That will bring up all the coaches. And if you want to learn more about one of the coaches, like, hey, what is Robin's background? You just do dash and then his name. So we can do dash Robin, and you can see this. He is a seasoned cybersecurity expert with extensive experience as a senior pen tester, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that is how career coaching works in our community. So it's not us trying to rip you off by saying, hey, if you pay us $500, I'll meet with you for 1 hour. No, donate to a nonprofit of your choice, because our heart really is giving back to the community and making the field and cybersecurity education accessible and affordable for everyone. Tyler, you got to either clean up your notifications or never screen share Discord again. I get too many messages and notifications. I apologize, but let me go ahead and stop sharing this and jump back over to my sweet PowerPoint. Oh, not share. Sorry, I'm new to computers. Here we go. So, okay, we covered our new mentor. We covered how career coaching works. Let's jump over to this one. Now, this really is the core of our community. I shared this in the beginning, but the way Hack Smarter started was with those weekly goal meetings that me and Nate and my 4-year-old daughter Ava, and I believe my friend Tony, my brother Neil used to come to those. Like, all of us who knew each other in person, we would just meet on Zoom. Actually, fun story. At the first meeting, one of my friends didn't realize that it was virtual, so he showed up at my house for the meeting. So we actually had an in-person weekly goal meeting because my buddy thought it was in person in my basement. So he joined from my house, and then we did some VR afterwards. But this still is the core of our community and by far the best way to get involved. We have 2 different weekly goal meetings. You can find the times over on Discord, and I'll show you those in just a moment in case you're new to navigating the craziness and the mess that is Discord. But for both of these meetings, different times in order to accommodate as many time zones as possible. But here's how these meetings work. We all meet in the weekly goal voice chat, and then we encourage you to come ready to answer 2 questions. What did you accomplish this past week, and what are your learning goals for this upcoming week? A good part of that is just holding yourself accountable. I don't know about you, but I know for me personally, if I know other people are actually hearing my goals, and then we also have a channel for you to write them down, when you're speaking your goals out loud and putting them in writing, there's a little more motivation to really stay to your goals. Additionally, if you have a week that was rough, or maybe you played Call of Duty instead of working on your goals, that's okay. But just know that that meeting's happening again, and just be honest about it. Be like, yo, last week, I was struggling with motivation, so I played Counter-Strike, and Tyler destroyed me. That's how my week went, right? If that's how it is, that's totally fine. But joining those meetings on a regular basis will allow you to get to know many of the people in our community and help you continue to grow and succeed in your career. So let me jump back over to Discord. And for those of you who don't like my notifications, you can freak out one more time, but do want to show you how this works. Let me jump over now to the scene here. If you're new to Discord, on Discord at the top left, you'll see that we have events right here. So if you want to see what times these weekly goal meetings are, if you click into these events, it will show you the time in your time zone. So don't go by the time zone you see on mine, because your time zone is likely going to be different. But you can see our weekly goal meeting number 2 is at 2 p.m. So that's happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Once again, pull it up in your own Discord and you'll be able to see the time in your time zone. We have some study groups. We'll talk about those shortly. But the other weekly goal meeting is on Mondays. What is my cat doing? is on Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So let me jump back over to this, get this pulled back up. If you do not attend those weekly goal meetings, I cannot encourage you enough just to check one out. The other thing I like to tell people is if it's one of your first times attending the meetings, there is no pressure ever to share or participate. You can just be that fly in the wall. And when it comes to you can just say in chat, hey, I'm just hanging out, want to get a feel for what it's like. The other thing I want to say is many of the people in our community do not speak English as their primary language. And sometimes that can be intimidating, trying to join a meeting and, being forced to speak English. If that is you, there's a few options you can have. Number one, you can always just type out your goals in the chat, and whoever is leading that meeting will read the goals for you and kind of be your text to speech. The second thing is Hack Smarter is a place that you can practice your English. My friend Muhammad, who is a mod in our community, when we first started our community, he was like, hey, I'm not very good at English, so I'm not comfortable speaking in the meetings. I was like, okay, that's totally fine. Well, he continued to practice his English, and he ended up doing an hour-long live stream with me on YouTube once speaking English, just because he practiced as part of our weekly goal meetings and as being part of our community. So I do want to let you know, regardless of your country, regardless of your nation, you are welcome here, and you are welcome to be part of those weekly goal meetings. Oh, actually, let me jump back to my weekly goal meeting. One more thing I wanted to say on the weekly goal meeting is we're always looking for new leaders. So if you want to lead in our community, one great need we always have is more leaders to help lead these weekly goals. Now, before you raise your hand and say, I want to lead, I would not encourage you. I'm going to tell you, you have to attend one of these meetings. You have to see what it's like to lead, how to facilitate. And then if you attend 1, 2, or 3, and you're like, yeah, this is something I want to volunteer for maybe once a month or once every 2 months, let me know. Tag me on Discord. If you just send me a DM, I'll just be honest, I'm probably going to miss it. I have a bunch of those. Tag me on Discord saying, hey, Tyler, check your DMs. I sent you a message. And then I will check them and we can have that conversation. Study groups. This is another area where I think our community really shines. We have active channels and active study groups for many of the major certifications. I'm just going to walk through these real quick and explain, because I know some of this terminology might be new to you if you are new to the things going on in this community. But channels. We have the THM study group. So that you can use that group when you're working through Try Hack Me machines, or if you're working on the PT1, which is their new junior pentester cert, or the SAL one, which is their security analyst level 1 cert. So kind of entry-level blue team and entry-level red team, you're welcome to use that channel as you study and work through things. Obviously, don't use these when you take exams. We also have an OffSec study group. This goes mainly for the OSCP, but we have a few people studying some of the more advanced OffSec certs. You're welcome to use that for that purpose. We have the Hack the Box study group. Well, as you can imagine, that's all the Hack the Box certs, Hack the Box machines. We have the BSCP study group. That might be one that you're a little unfamiliar with, but the BSCP is the cert through Portswigger. Portswigger are the makers of Burp Suite, and Portswigger Academy is an incredible free resource to learn web app pen testing, and they have a cert that I think is only $100 to take. Really hard, very realistic web app cert, but we have a study group for that. We, of course, have a study group for TCM security. So that's all of their certs that they have. And incredible organization, incredible training, a place to communicate if you're working on TCM certs. And finally, we have a study channel for CompTIA certs. That's all the CompTIA certifications. As you are working on those, you can use that study channel to share resources and to encourage one another. Now, to be very clear, I made an announcement about this on Discord a while back. Use these study channels, but use them legally. Do not share copyrighted material. Do not ask for answers on an exam. You need to realize that our community has mods who are on staff at many of these organizations. You will get caught, you will be banned, and your certifications will likely be revoked. Our community does not support pirated material. Our community does not support cheating on the exam. If you can't pass the exam on your own, study. Don't freaking cheat and go through DM. So I'm looking at this right now. On our mod team, we have staff from THM. I don't know if we have staff from Hack the Box or Portswigger. We have staff from TCM. I guess I don't think we have staff from CompTIA. We do have a lot of people from these other communities, though, who are active in our server, including leaders from these communities. I just realized one channel I should add is for Pwn Labs. Pwn Labs now has some cloud certs That might be a good channel to add. I just realized that looking at this list. Anyways, in addition to the text channels, we also have some live study sessions. We have a study session for the Network Plus, a study section for this, or a study session. I need a drink. For the CPTS and OSCP, and a study section or a study live session for the CBBH. Now, each one of these is community led. They have slightly different formats. If you want more information on these live study sessions, once again, go to the event section on Discord I just showed you a moment ago, and you can find the time and more information about those study groups. One common question I get is say, hey, Tyler, how come we don't have a study group for insert certification? We don't have a study group for that because we're waiting for you to step up to the plate and lead a study group. We're giving you the platform, we're giving you the community, but at the end of the day, things only happen when people want to lead it. So if you see a study group or some type of cert study that is missing from our community, well, you might just be the right person to lead that study group. You learn a lot more by teaching than even going through labs. I mean, I make YouTube videos, as many of you know, working through different machines. I learned so much when I'm forced to explain and teach, and that is true for you as well. If you sign up to lead a study group, even while you're studying for that certification, you're going to learn even more than if you were just an attender of a study group. So if you are interested in leading a study group for one of these certs, and maybe a cert not listed here, do the same thing as before. Tag me on Discord saying, yo, Tyler, check your DMs and then message me and we can have that conversation. But I just want to emphasize this. Hack Smarter is you. Hack Smarter is me. Hack Smarter is all of us working together. One big thing I wanted to be different about Hack Smarter than a lot of Infosec communities is I didn't want Hack Smarter to just be an extension of Tyler, an extension of me. I wanted it to really be its own community. I'm, of course, there. I'm the founder, blah, 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 blah. But I just want to be a member of Hack Smarter. And all of us are in this community. And really what I think is a movement together as we make cybersecurity education accessible and affordable and inclusive to anyone and everyone who wants to join. I'm looking at chat. Want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. I don't think I am. Thank you, Bilbo, for the kind words. So it's cooking good looking. Thank you, Tech with Cody. I'll take that as a compliment. Let's continue going. A few more slides to go through on this little live show. Another amazing thing that we have in Hack Smarter is our CTF team. Now, if you don't know what a CTF is, this isn't Halo. I remember playing CTF on Halo. Gosh, what was the YouTube series? Was it like Red versus Blue or Blue versus Red? Let me know in chat if you guys know what I'm talking about. But I remember playing that on Halo, and when I was first getting into hacking, I was like, what do you mean a CTF? Like, are we doing Halo nights? Like, what's this CTF thing that we're talking about? Well, when it comes to ethical hacking, even Blue Team has CTFs, but it's usually ethical hacking type things. A CTF is when you have different challenges. It might be a crypto challenge. It might be a boot to root challenge, like a standalone machine challenge, a bunch of different challenges, but it's a competition. You solve as many machines or as many puzzles essentially as you can solve, and as you solve them, your team gets points. Well, Hack Smarter has a CTF team that is crazy active. I mean, I look at CTF chat and I swear we have people in CTFs nearly every single weekend competing, but here's what's different about our CTF team than I think any other community. I might be wrong here, but here's what I know. When it comes to CTF, so many teams are very exclusive, not inclusive. What I mean by that is to join a lot of different CTF teams, you have to do a tryout. You have to show that you know your stuff, which is obviously a super high barrier of entry for anyone new or anyone just checking out the field. So if you miss everything else I have to say here, here's what I have to say because we get this question all the time. You can and should join the CTF team. You don't have to know what you're doing. Heck, you don't even have to know how to use a computer for all I care. The CTF team is for everyone. Now, we actually place pretty high on a lot of competitions. We were in the top 10 for Huntress. I think we're like number 6 right now on Hack the Box. So our team is legit and our team is able to score points. But here's the thing. Our team is for everyone. You will not look silly asking quote unquote dumb questions. You are welcome and encouraged to join the CTF team right away. As soon as you start learning, join the CTF team, jump in the voice chat as people are there, and just watch them work through challenges. Ask questions as they go. Everyone on the CTF team is more than happy to answer your questions and explain things. Those who aren't happy to do it and who are rude, well, we already banned them. And when they're rude to you, you will ban them as well. So we are weeding out those people. So just know, you are welcome and encouraged to join the CTF team regardless of your experience or skill level. It is for everyone. Now, a few events that we have coming up in June. We are participating in the U.S. Cyber Games. Now, don't let the U.S. right there. It is for every country. Trump has not taken over our CTF team, so you do not have to pay tariffs if you're from another country. But truly, the U.S. Cyber Games is for every country. It's just put on as the U.S. Cyber Games. They have two different kind of CTF competitions. They have a warm-up competition for beginners from June 6th to June 8th, and they have the competitive CTF from June 9th to June 18th. But I want to highlight this again. For our team, you can be a beginner and do all of it. I encourage you as a beginner, do the beginner one and do the competitive one and jump in voice chat. You add value just by being there. So join the CTF team. We also have Hack the Box seasons that are always going. We have a special thread for that as we work through the seasonal machines together. I'm trying to keep up with Hack the Box seasons. I've done the past 2 machines. And if you go to that thread, you'll see that I'm active there as well, asking questions, helping other people out. But the CTF team really is for everyone. If you want to join the CTF team, you just have to choose that role over in the role spot on Discord. I can show that to you real quick. Let me stop sharing my screen. Let me pull up Discord. And let me go back to sharing my screen. So when you join Hack Smarter, over on roles, you can see how you can get these different roles. And I believe the CTF team is on here, right here. So you just have to react with that to join the CTF team. Once you join the CTF team, you'll be able to be part of the CTF team discussions and all the threads and things like that. And maybe I should have said this from the beginning, but I encourage you to look through these roles and make sure you mark the ones that you are interested in. Now, I did have one person ask me earlier today, like, yo, Tyler, why did you tag me? Bruh, if you don't want to be tagged by Hack Smarter, first, mute the server, but second, leave. Like, I'm serious. I want people in our community who genuinely want to be active and want to be part of this movement. If you get offended because I tag you on Discord, join a different Discord server. That's the nicest way I can say it, or mute the server for all I care. But anyways, we are trying to limit our pings to specific people if it applies to those people. Of course, if I do a community-wide thing, I'll use the everyone tag, but I'm trying to limit those. So if you can, go to the role page and look at the things that you want to be a part of. One big thing is, hey, make sure you mark weekly goals if nothing else. That is one of the core pieces of our community, and you should join that so that you are pinged when we start those weekly goal meetings. All right, let me jump back over to my glorious PowerPoint on the CTF team side of things. Looking to chat. If you guys have questions about CTFs, let me know. Laughin says CTF team is goated. I agree. He asked if it comes with free shipping. Yeah, absolutely. We will ship CTFs to your house. What sites for CTF do you prefer? Honestly, on the CTF team, I do Hack the Box seasons. I don't do all the competitions, but like the team is crazy active on all the competitions. So you'd have to ask them over on Discord on which platforms they prefer. Let's keep going. One big thing that was announced today is I have officially joined Simply Cyber, at least on the Academy side of things. A little bit of context here. Jerry over at Simply Cyber is a good friend of mine. We started getting to know each other, I think a little over a year ago, just talking back and forth on Discord, and then realized, we have very similar personalities, very similar visions when we hung out at Defcon. So at Defcon last year, I hosted a Hack Smarter meetup, and then there was a Simply Cyber meetup. He came to Hack Smarter. I went to the Simply Cyber one, and then I believe it was after the Simply Cyber one, when most people left, it was like me, him, and a smaller group. We went to a few different bars, had some food, blah, 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 but really got to know Jerry then at Defcon, and I've had a lot of conversations after that. We talk on the phone, it feels like once a week, but probably once every couple of weeks, just brainstorming and thinking through careers and content creation, how we can help people go further in their careers. And this collaboration is just very much a natural next step. So the way I got connected in the academy is when I wanted to create a course, Intro to Hacking Methodology, over in the academy, which by the way is free. You can enroll in it right now for free. Introduction to Hacking Methodology. I posted on LinkedIn saying, hey, does anyone know of a platform that I can host a free course on? And Jerry called me, I don't know, 10 minutes after my LinkedIn post. He's like, dude, you should come join the academy with your course. And I said, bet, let's do that. So I released Introduction to Hacking Methodology, honestly not thinking anyone would enroll in my course. And it was way more successful than I was expecting. And I apologize, Brad. I don't have the bot set up on YouTube. For those of you in chat, if someone can drop a link to the Discord, actually here, I'll grab you the link real quick. Whoops. One more time, I'll drop it in chat and then we'll jump back over to our slides. But there is the link to Discord. That's me being a bot myself. Anyway, so I had the Introduction to Hacking Methodology course. And then after that, 2 weeks ago, I released my Intro to AWS Pentesting course for $20 while offering unlimited scholarships. I've given away about $3,000 worth of scholarships now. And the course itself has been way more successful than I was expecting. And a lot of people have found it really beneficial and helpful. So then we've been talking about, hey, how can we grow the red team side of things? I reached out to my friend Ryan, or Overgrown Carrot. I believe he was in chat a while back. And I was like, yo, dude, would you be interested in creating an Active Directory hacking course for the academy? And he was like, yes. And he created an amazing course that once again is free. Hacking AD, you can enroll in it right now at Simply Cyber's Academy. But we are slowly growing the red team side of things at the academy. So then I was like, yo, Jerry, how can we better partner on this? And that's why he brought me on as the director of content for all of the red team content. What this means is I'm helping find new instructors. I'm helping train instructors, doing QA, leading the overall academy, and all of that good stuff. So if you want to get involved with the academy and you want to learn what it's like to teach a course, well, stay tuned because I'll have some opportunities for you. But I will be clear, it's a high level of quality that is required to be on the academy. But if you want to have that conversation, I would be the person to talk to, at least on the red teaming side of things. You can see we have a few courses here. Introduction to Hacking Methodology, that is my course. It is completely free. We have Hacking AD by Overgrown Carrot, aka Ryan, over on chat. That course is completely free. We have Intro to AWS Pentesting. That course is $20 right now. It will go up to $34.99 on June 1st. I could have easily charged $200, $300, $400 for this course. The price honestly is insane. And the number of people who told me I should charge more, I'm starting to think maybe I should have. But I really wanted to make this course affordable and accessible for everyone. And this is just the beginning. I have a hands-on phishing course that will be coming out mid-July. And I'm in conversations with some incredible people about making more red team courses affordable and accessible for the academy. So super excited about this. But also want to be clear, because I think someone said on YouTube, Tyler, you already landed your dream job. Not quite. This is not my full-time job. So this is just me. Like, if you can picture all these spinning plates that I have, and like half of them are falling down and breaking, I'm like, YOLO, let's throw another plate on this thing and keep spinning them and see what I can accomplish with more caffeine. And what can I do? So that's what this is. I still work my normal full-time job as a pen tester. All of this other stuff is in my, free time. In addition to Discord and streaming and Hack Smarter and courses, now I'm taking this on. But who knows? Maybe one day this will transition to more of a full-time thing as the academy grows. But right now it's a freelance role in addition to my current full-time job as a pen tester. So if you're not part of Simply Cyber Academy, make sure you join the academy. And hey, let me actually grab a link for you guys, for those of you who aren't part of the academy. Let me show it off. For those who might be new, here is Simply Cyber Academy. I will drop a link for this in the chat. But if you go over to all products, you can see that we have some awesome content here. If you scroll down, you can get to the red team stuff. So there's my Intro to Hacking Methodology course free. There's Ryan's Hacking AD course free. There's my AWS Pentesting course free. And if you use Tyler20 until the end of this week, you can get 20% off every course in the academy and some other free stuff on GRC. I'm not just saying this because I'm part of the academy. I joined the academy because I kind of foresaw this vision as we are working towards this. This thing is going to blow up. Like, I really do think Simply Cyber Academy is going to be one of the premier spots for learning Blue Team, GRC, and Red Team within the next year. And that is what I'm spending my energy and focus on, working alongside of Jerry and the Simply Cyber community. So, hey, join now. You're going to be part of a movement from the early level of this really cool collaboration between us and Simply Cyber. All right, back to my sweet slideshow. Speaking of Simply Cyber, by a show of hands, who's going to be at Defcon? Well, not hands. You guys can't show me your hands, but I'd love to hear from chat. Let me know in chat. We have 80 plus people right now in chat. Who's going to be at Defcon? All right, we got Laughing Sack with his hand up. Amazing. Maybe we can have a typing battle at Defcon. Anyways, if you are going to be at Defcon, I am also going to be at Defcon. This is going to be my 3rd year there. If you spot the person who looks like me wearing Hack Smarter gear and a Hack Smarter hat, I don't have my hat down here, you just found me. I would love to meet you. I would love to hang out with you at Defcon. My actual company is not going this year, so I'm going solo. So if anyone wants to hang out, seriously, grab me if you see me. Let's get into some hacker shenanigans. Would love to hang out with you at Defcon in Vegas. I will be there the entire time of Defcon. But in addition to that, we are hosting a meetup. So last year we did 2 separate meetups in the same location, which made no sense. I was like, yo, Jerry, bruh, let's not double the work. Let's just do a meetup together. And he agreed. So we're doing a Hack Smarter and Simply Cyber meetup on Friday, August 7th. It's going to be at a brewery called Beer Zombies, which is 5 miles from the convention center. I don't have all the time information yet. I think it's like 3 to 7 or something, but I don't know. Don't quote me on the time. I don't know the time, but I do know it's going to be Friday night, August 7th at Beer Zombies. And me and Jerry are paying for an open bar for that entire time. So come by. I will buy you a drink. Would love to meet you. Love to come have you hang out at the meetup and meet everyone from the Discord community. If you missed the meetup from last year, it was so cool. Last year we rented was it a brewery as well? It was like a brewery bar area. And I think we had 50 people from our Discord community show up to the meetup, which that was insane to me. That this Discord community that started out with me, Nate, and my daughter on a Zoom call turned to 50 people in person hanging out at Defcon and getting to know each other. This one's going to be even bigger. I believe we have seating for 100. I have a feeling we might go beyond that. So this is what I'll say. Even if, Friday is August 8th. Sorry, I don't know how to use a calendar. So whatever the Friday is of Defcon, not August 7th, it is August 8th. Whatever that Friday is, that's when it's going to be. But even if you don't go to Defcon, this is the real Defcon. I'm telling you, this is the real conference. We'll call this Hack Smarter Simply CyberCon at Defcon, Friday, August 8th, not August 7th. But seriously, come swing by. We'll be there for a few hours. And I stay up late into the night at Defcon. So after this, if you want to hang out till like 1 or 2 in the morning, I'll still be available. Would love to hang out with you. So if you're going to be at Defcon, let's hang out. Hey, just bought the AWS course. Thank you. Thank you for buying it. Am I doing any lives from Defcon? No. Defcon people don't like cameras. So open bar is dangerous with this crowd. Well, I have boxing skills. I'll be a bouncer if I have to. I'll throw some people out. But yeah, it'll be fun. Make sure you guys come to that meetup. Mark your calendar. I'll talk more about it as the time comes near. Also, conference season is here. And how can you attend a conference without Hack Smarter swag, right? That's the real question. So if you don't have Hack Smarter swag, you should buy some swag. We sell this at cost. I think it forced me to mark it up. So I think I make like 25 cents if you buy something from the store. But seriously, go to our store and buy some swag. Big Beef said he'll be at Wild West Hacking Fest. I'll also be at Wild West Hacking Fest. And yeah, I'll see you there as well. But if you haven't checked out our store, my friend Angela Brown, who is a pen tester over at TCM, has been designing even more swag for us. So let me drop the link here. Come over to the store. You can see we have a notebook for all your hacking stuff. We have a logo for your can cooler. We have stickers designed by Angela. They actually look really cool. My daughter wants one of these really bad. She keeps asking me, yo, when are you going to buy me a sticker? So I need to buy my daughter some stickers. We have stickers, we have koozies, we got more stickers, we have different kinds of hats, we have sweet shirts. Scroll through, we have other Hack Smarter things. We have the original black hoodie on that I have just been rocking the past few days. I do have a black hoodie on, but I don't have my black hoodie on. But seriously, you cannot attend a conference without some Hack Smarter swag. So make sure you get some. Oh, I got Angela in chat. Good to have you here. That's Dirtbag, or however you want to say it in chat. I think she goes by different names. But guys, go to the store, buy a bunch of swag. When you go to conferences, rock the swag, and let's continue the Hack Smarter movement. She said, I'll make some more. Keep checking back. So keep checking back to the store. You'll see new swag popping up here, but buy the swag as you prepare for conference season. All right, we are almost done. Believe it or not, I told you 8 slides. Let me go ahead and jump over to here. The last thing I want to talk about, and this is more of a community spotlight thing. So Angela Brown, or Dirtbag, over in chat, if you can see her in chat, she is one of our mods in Hack Smarter. She is a pen tester at TCM. She has her own pen testing organization that she helps nonprofits with. Honestly, just an all-around amazing person. Just realized this isn't full screen. Why is this all of a sudden not full screen? Oh, well. It'll be fine. Anyways, she shared about this in mod chat saying, hey, I have this scholarship. Don't know if it fits, but if you want to talk about it, you can. And absolutely it fits, because what she is doing is making cybersecurity education accessible and affordable for even more people. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit. We have a scholarship that she has set up. Right now it's 4 winners, but she told me it could get up to 10 winners right here. But each winner is going to get $1,000 scholarship each. Now, the details or the target audience for this is undergrad or graduate students, so you can't use this for the OSCP. But if you are going to school for an undergrad degree, so associate's or a bachelor's, or a graduate degree, you may be eligible for the scholarship. Has to be in the field of cybersecurity, and it's also a member of the LGBT community, helping those who have historically been neglected and thrown to the side, helping cybersecurity become accessible and affordable for them, and also that you work and are self-supporting. Now, a few different links that I would encourage you, even if you aren't going to apply for the scholarship, share this information. Number 1, this is how you apply for the scholarship. I'm going to drop the link here. No, let me scroll here. Actually, I think this is how you go here, drop it here. There we go. So you can either apply or contribute to the scholarship if you would like to give. I'll let you read through this information on your own, but I think I covered most of the information here, so make sure you check that out. Laughin said, is it a scholarship or a grant? There's a difference, but I don't remember precisely what it is. I think it's a scholarship based on the name, and it means you don't have to pay the money back. I think grant's more government, but a scholarship is not a loan. So if you win this, you don't have to pay the money back. It's just a scholarship for you to continue your educational journey. Another way that you can support this scholarship is over on this swag shop. Let me grab it here. Dirtbag said, if I can, I'll keep doing this next year, but do a broader one next year. Fingers crossed. But if you want to support the scholarship, you can also do it by buying swag. So 100% of the profits from this, all profits, are donated to the scholarship to expand the scholarship and continue to make education or cybersecurity education accessible to even more people. So Angela, I know you are in chat. Let me know if I missed out on any big points you wanted me to share. I know you sent me some on Discord, and I'm literally going off of memory. I think I hit most of them. But for real, guys, make sure you check out the scholarship. Share it with someone that you think would find it helpful and useful. But yeah, check out the scholarships. Check out the store. Support Angela. Support what she is doing. And Angela, I know you're in chat. If you want to drop a link to your Discord, also, please do that. If that's public for anyone to join, you can drop the link. You have my full permission to self-promote over there in the chat. But that, my friends, concludes the State of Hack Smarter live stream show, all of our community updates. Looking at time, about a 45-minute recording, so that's good timing. So for those of you watching on here, okay, cool. Let me share this before I sign off. So Angela said there is a match. So that swag shop is super powerful. 2 companies that are matching up to 3K. That is awesome. So go buy some swag. But hey, y'all, this is the end of the first state of Hack Smarter. Let me know what you think. Whether you're watching this in the live stream or watching it after the fact on my YouTube channel, let me know in the comments, are you part of Hack Smarter? And if so, what do you plan on getting involved with? Are you going to join a weekly goal meeting? Are you going to join the CTF team? Are you going to come show up at Defcon? Like, let me know. Would love to hear from you. Are you part of Simply Cyber Academy? This is a movement. You're a part of it. I'm a part of it. It's grown far beyond what I could have imagined, and I'm super excited about what the future holds. So thank you for being part of this journey, and thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next one.